Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. I thought it was high time we did another ungating video. I've done many ungating videos in the past, but 2023 Amazon has changed their interfaces a bit. They have changed what they want, and I see a lot of people getting confused about ungating. So I wanted to get this video put out that kind of just goes over the general overview of ungating and diving into what do you need to do, where do you need to find a source, some of those sources already, and go over it from start to finish. So what is ungating when you're talking about Amazon? Maybe you're new to the Amazon world, but when you first start your Amazon account, you cannot sell everything. This is a surprise for some people. Amazon only wants sellers that are experienced or know what they're doing selling particular categories. Those in particular are health, beauty, grocery, toys. These are all commonly locked down categories that Amazon may or may not open up in the future, but they don't want brand new sellers selling in these categories because they usually require extra packaging, care, instructions, ingredients, shipping parameters that are just a little bit more than what a new seller would be faced with. Let's be honest, if you ship in a pair of socks, there's not a whole lot going on there. Whereas if you ship in some makeup or beauty type product that's aerosol or has dangerous goods or hazmat type of stuff going on, it's a lot more complex of an item, and they want more experienced sellers doing that. So what they do is they gate down different things for new sellers, and they can regate things at their will. There's been times where people will have been ungated for a particular category or a brand, and then all of a sudden they can't sell it anymore and they need to reapply. That happens as well. So within the gating, Amazon can kind of gate at 3 different levels. The first being the category. All of beauty products is gated for most new sellers. Then there could be the brand level, say Banana Boat. Banana Boat products within the beauty category is a gated brand. Then there could be a particular ASIN level gate as well. I do not see the ASIN level gate very much. It's typically with new Nikes or Adidas that just came out, that Amazon or the brand is selling those brand new items, and they don't want knockoffs. And there's I don't know if you guys follow, but every year Columbia comes out with new Star Wars jackets, and there's a big rush for all the resellers to get those jackets because they can sell really, really popular. Same with Nikes and Adidas. So they will lock down ASIN level at that stage. But unless if you're a real big shoe seller or something, you're probably never going to run into it. So what does Amazon want from you as a seller to prove that you are worthy of selling in these categories? The process overall is pretty simple, but sometimes it can get complex, and you've got to understand every point as it goes. They want you to provide an invoice from a reputable wholesaler or distributor that shows you have purchased 10 units of a particular product that is on Amazon for sale, to show that you have a good supplier, you know how to match up the right product, and then you need to present that invoice to Amazon through their application page, and then they go through and they look at that, and they'll either approve or not approve you. When you are ungating for something, let's say beauty, we'll just stick with beauty for right now. Once you are ungated in that category, you're good to go for life. And if a category later becomes locked down, you will, in past, Amazon has grandfathered people in. So DVDs is one that was open to every new seller beforehand, and somewhere around 2014, 15, they locked the DVD category, and anytime going after that, you needed to provide invoices for new sellers. Brands, on the other hand, can lock down for any reason. Could be Amazon's choice, could be the brand's choice, could be something newsworthy. Maybe there is a recall or a brand's having trouble in the legality realm and they lock it down. There could be a number of cases going on that locks down a brand. You just have to reapply and hopefully get approved. All right. So how do you match all this up, and how do you find a supplier and get this invoice? This is kind of one of those chicken or egg. Do you find a product and then go try to find a source, or do you find a source and then go try to find a product? Either way, I typically like to find a source and then go find a product. So there's going to be a lot of research back and forth, back and forth. You got to go find the product on the wholesale site and then go look at Amazon to see if you can find it, and then go back and see if it's good, and then go back. And it's back and forth until you find a product that matches up. But I'm here to help you and take some of that pain out of the equation. And I'm going to show you a few examples, and we'll just start sharing the screen here. This is Weiners. I have bought from Weiners a long time ago. They sell travel size beauty items. Their invoices work. I have used their invoices to get ungated in health, beauty, and it looks like now grocery. I saw some travel, what do you call it, beef jerky down here, and that should get you, if you could find a listing for it, that could get you ungated in food. So one of those good companies. I do have a list of other companies. We'll go over that in a minute. So you're going to go to Weiner, and you can either go to the like products, and let's say you really wanted just something in the health products. So maybe you want to look at feminine protection or oral hygiene are typically going to fall under the health section, whereas bath and body and beauty may go more under the beauty category. I like to go what's on sale because I just need to buy 10 and I want to buy the cheapest thing. So a lot of times people ask, well, am I really going to sell this? You know, how much does it cost? You can either spend all your time trying to find 10 products or 10 units of one product that are going to make you money or break even, or you can just wash it up as a cost. I typically will find something to get ungated with that I know I'm just going to throw away or donate. When I did DVDs, I just donated the DVDs. I bought 10 99-cent DVDs from Christian Book. DVDs came in, I used the invoice, I got ungated, and I donated them to my Value Village. I don't need 10 99-cent DVDs. They were worthless. There was no platform to make money on them, but I called it a $10 cost of goods to my company that I expensed for an ungating cost. You can find Nike and Adidas headbands and wristbands for $5.99 on a couple of the websites. And again, I'll give you those, or they'll be down in the description. On Weiner, with healthcare and beauty care items, typically the cost per item is going to be about $1 to $3, sometimes in the 59-69 cent range. But you do have to watch out because with travel size items, a lot of the listings on Amazon are going to be for a 2-pack, a 3-pack, a 6-pack. And you need to provide an invoice that shows 10 units. So if it's a 2-pack, then you need to buy 20 units to make 10 2-packs. Okay, got to get your math. Got to use a little bit of math, folks. So I go to the products and I just start searching around and seeing what I can do. And I will copy and paste the title over into Amazon. And I did a few. I did this Degree deodorant right here. And you could see this Degree deodorant. You want to match up the flavor or scent, the size. So you want to make sure that it's sport and 1.7 ounces. This over here is a 2-pack. Because it's for ungating purposes, I need to check and see what the category is under. So we're going to click on this 2-pack. And we're going to make sure it's for the brand and whatnot that I want. So we've got Degree. So yep, I'm looking for Degree, and I'm looking for, we'll say, health in this thing. This is a Keepa graph. If you guys don't run Keepa, I highly suggest getting it. But pretend you don't have Keepa. We're going to scroll down here, and we're going to see what the BSR is, bestseller rank. It is 528,000 in beauty and personal care. So it's in the beauty category. That's fine if I'm looking for the beauty category, but if I was looking for the health category, this would not be the one that I'd want to apply for. Then you're going to want, if you wanted to sell this, this is Reseller right here. Inventory Lab has a new integration that looks like this, or you can go to any sort of FBA fee calculator. You would put in how much is it over on Weiner. It is $2.39. So that'd be $4.78. And you would type in $4.78, and you would actually make 93 cents per 2-pack listing. You'd have to buy 20 of these to get 10 2-packs, and you would make 93 cents. This is one that actually makes money. You don't find that a lot with ungating. The downfall to this one is it is 528,000 in rank, so it probably doesn't sell at all. You'd be lucky if you moved any inventory whatsoever with that high of a rank. I would probably not turn it in. I would just donate it to the homeless shelter or use it yourself if you like this degree sports stuff. Okay, so that's an example. Once you kind of check off that it is the correct item, it's the correct category, you're going to want to go over to Amazon, go to add a product, copy and paste that ASIN. You can find the ASIN either up in the URL, right up here, boom, I usually copy it from there, or down by the BSR, we've got the ASIN down here. Just hit the Control-C, copy, Control-V, paste. I had done the single bottle earlier, but this is the single, this would be the double. Let's see here. If I go back on the single, which was right here, click on this. This one is going for $6.98. It was $2.39, if I remember right. We'd make 91 cents a piece on here, and I only have to buy 10. You might be saying, oh, 10 is good. That's less than 20 that I have to buy. However, if you go to Weiner, it showed at the front page, I believe. There is a $100 minimum order. Let me see here. I believe it was right at the front. No, it was somewhere in there. It flashed that I needed $100 to make the purchase. There was a minimum, and you want to be aware of that. If you're using a company that has a huge minimum to get ungated in something, hopefully they sell something else that you can either make money off of or do a couple different ungates at the same time with. You know, if I could use Weiner and get ungated for beauty, for health, and for grocery, and do 3 different items and 10 of each of those, I could probably hit $100. And then I could get all 3 major categories ungated with. All right. Once you get here, you're going to click Apply to Sell. We'll see. I'm in somebody else's account, but we'll see what it is right now. You can sell this application under the you can sell this product under the following conditions: new, and then right here it says we are not accepting applications to sell in other beauty products, beauty category, in used, refurbished, or collectible. So beauty might be locked down right now because we're in the height of Q4. They typically lock a lot of big categories for this very busy time of year. I don't know if it's because they're giving their customer support a break or they just want to limit the amount of new sellers. This will probably open up, if I had to guess, right around January 15th. You'll see this open up. If you're kind of in that limbo, you're watching this video and you're like, oh, it's all locked down, go ahead and keep ungating in things and different brands. And then you can even go so far as to make the purchase now. I probably wouldn't. And then use that invoice. Your invoice is going to be good for 180 days. So you may not have gotten it today. You can try again in a couple of months when it does open up and open up for the public. Speaking of that, your invoice is going to be good for both the category and the brand. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to sell toys and I want to sell Barbie, and both toys is locked for you and Barbie, the brand, is locked for you, go ahead and buy 10 Barbie units because you can use that invoice twice. Just do the application twice and you'll get ungated for both the category toys and the item Barbie. All right, we're going to look at another one. Let's see here. I already did this one. This is what the application looks like. And this was just for the brand. Again, if I had clicked through, it'd be the same thing on the other guy, but say degree instead of banana boat. I had found a banana boat one for you guys. You're going to go in and it's going to say you need at least one purchase invoice from a manufacturer or a distributor, not a receipt from a retailer. Target's not going to work. Walmart is not going to work. I've heard some people make Kohl's work, but I don't get that. But Amazon, I haven't understood Amazon for years. If you use a Kohl's receipt, you do have to have your business information within that receipt, or at least your name and number and everything. So I've heard. I'm not an expert on that. People tell me things and I'm like, wow, that's interesting that it worked. They have not, it has not worked for pretty much any of the retail stores, your Walgreens, Walmarts, etc. So your document must be dated on or before this date within 180 days. Include your name, address, and matching information on your account. So if you've just moved or you use a different address, you're going to want to fix that before making your order. Whatever's on your Amazon account, make sure that it's on whatever purchasing invoice that you are doing. Include the name and address of the manufacturer or distributor. I'll go over how to annotate in a minute if it's not on there. We can go ahead and add it in. Show the combined purchase of 10 units. You can omit pricing. I've never omitted pricing and I've been fine. Do what you want. Please note that we may verify your documents. They will call, Amazon will call the vendors and they'll be like, hey, did Lucy buy 10 things of degree from you under a company XYZ? And they will make sure that somebody is there. They have done a Google search. Back in the day, I got denied because I bought from a DVD shop and they said that the Google image did not show a proper storefront with logo. So they do call, they do make sure everything is good and it is a reputable distributor. The more I help people online, the more I'm finding there is a lot of fake websites out there. A lot of fake websites. It is crazy how many fake websites are out there that are not legit. I like to put the ASIN down in the comments. Just, I don't know. I feel like that maybe helps. But that's down there. And then you can watch this video all if you want. And then you have to put an email address in there and then optional phone number. I never put a phone number. They never call me. I don't want to talk to them. It's not, I just never put a phone number there. You can do it with an invoice. You can also have a letter from Banana Boat branded authorizing you to sell their products. So if you click that one, you need to have a letter of authorization that is dated within the last 180 days. Your information is included and the brand name and address of Banana Boat branded items. So if you work directly with a brand, just have them give you a letter of authorization. That's easier to do. If you are a brand new seller and you're trying to do the private label Alibaba thing and you're like, I make my own things, blah, 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 that's fine. You still need to get ungated. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Amazon does. And I've had too many times where people are like, oh my gosh, I did my listing. I'm brand registered. I've got everything done, but I can't make my listing. And I look and it's a toy item, a beauty item, a grocery item, a health item. And I'm going, well, did you ungate in that? And they, oh no, what do you mean ungating? Yeah, you have to apply to ungate in those categories. You can make the listing. You'll see your listing there. It will always have a problem because you are not authorized to sell in that category. All right, back to this. What have we not gone over here? I was just trying to do an example. If you want to find the brand first and then try to see if you can find a supplier, one of the ways you can do it is right click, search image with Google, and then go through here and try to find a supplier. You can see right now this says AliExpress. Okay, I got this question last night. I can't get my invoices to go through. I bought from a Chinese supplier. Yeah, it's not going to go through. No Chinese supplier is ever going to get you ungated in Amazon. Again, I don't make the rules. Don't get mad at me. It's just not going to work. They don't want to see a Chinese supplier for a verified wholesaler. Now, I'm throwing blanket statements out there. Maybe there's an exception. That's great. If you know of an exception, go ahead and comment below if you want to share that information with the world. I have never seen any Chinese wholesale invoice go through to Amazon ever, even if it's translated to English. I have not seen it. So we can see here where else it's sold. We've got Hacienda something. I don't know if that's a wholesaler. Amazon's not going to count unless if you do an Amazon to Amazon ungating. There's a lot of controversy with that right now, so I'm not even going to really dive down that. I've done it before and been fine. You have to do it with an Amazon business account. We're not going to go into that in this video. I have a video specifically about that if you want to go search for that. Walmart does not count as a vendor, unfortunately. People have argued that one and they lost. It'd be nice. We got VG's Groceries. So we're going to open up VG's Grocery and take a look at that for training purposes here. And now we're on VG's Groceries, and I hold on, let's make sure there's not going to be any pop-ups. What is this? Yeah, they want to know my location. No, block. I don't really want to know your location. And I'm going to type in banana boat. Banana boat. Oh, we got to, okay. Oh my goodness. The pop-ups are for reals. Okay. We're going to block the location again. This looks like a grocery store. Is it a place that's going to give me an invoice? Probably not. But maybe I'm like, well, I don't know if this website's really good or not. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the first part, shopvgs.com. We're going to open up a new tab. We're going to paste. We're going to put reviews. That will usually get some reviews, and we'll see, what is it? Okay, it's a grocery store. Looks like a reputable grocery store. They've got photos and reviews, etc. Trustpilot is a very good site to go to. So I will often go just to Trustpilot and put in the store name, you know, whatever, Beauty Online by Wilma, and see what they come up with. We've got 17 stars. It's average. I'll go read the reviews and see what's going on here. We ordered and it took 2 weeks to get. Do not buy. I ordered products and I've not received it. I just ordered and I haven't received. So now you got to decide, is this somebody that I want to do business with? If it's got no reviews, like it's a ghost, don't do business with them. They will steal your credit card information and be long gone before you even know it. Red flag. If they have reviews like this, that it's pretty bad, like they didn't get their products, then it's up to you whether you want to try and do business with them or not. Maybe the 3 people that posted were idiots and they put in the wrong address, or maybe it's not a very good company to do business with. And then the ones that are like, yep, got my stuff, and they have 100 or more reviews, pretty good to go on those ones. If it's a wholesale type of company. VG's grocery store sounds like a grocery store and probably not going to give me an invoice. I'm looking for an invoice. Whiners will give me an invoice. How can I tell that? Big things is it's going to have me make an account, and then it's going to have me put my business information. It's going to say, what's your business name? What's your business tax exempt number? Send us a copy of your reseller certificate. These are all common things that they're going to want to know so that they can sell you wholesale products without charging tax because you are a business. And that's typically what you need to have in order to get ungated and stuff. Now, does everyone know? I don't think Frontier Co-op, if you're doing grocery, I don't believe Frontier Co-op requires that, but I could be wrong. I haven't done it. Haven't done it in a while. All right, let's see here. What else are we going to go over? I did that one. Let's go over invoices. I want to go perhaps from this one down. Yeah, let me hit that slideshow. Okay. I've talked about annotating invoices a couple of times on different videos, and all annotation means is that you are highlighting the area and you're writing in, or you're marking it up in some form. That's what annotation means. You can either print out your invoice and annotate it like this with a good old highlighter and pen, or you can do it electronically with like a PDF editor, Paint. Paint would be really hard to do. I typically just use a PDF editor. This one I printed out and then I highlighted. So you're going to highlight the information that they had in those boxes, your name and information, the company's name and information, a website. I like to annotate in the ASIN. In this example, I just wrote, I know it's hard to see here, but I wrote ASIN equals B0012A, blah, 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 blah. And it's a description of the name. So I'll highlight the description of the name. And if you have units, I would highlight that I bought 10 units. And I want to highlight the date up here. What did I do here? That's a terrible picture. I must have, oh, this is if I photocopy the highlighted, that's what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like if I just highlight it in an, like a paint or a snippet of some sort. So a little bit nicer, cleaner looking. And then let's look at TONKY. Here's another bit of the same thing, but an older older thing. So your name, address, matching information, name and address, combined units, it hasn't changed in a few years. All right, this is from T-O-N-K-Y. T-O-Y-N-K. Goodness, Toy-N-K? Toink. I don't know. I give up. It's late in the day. It's time to go home. All right. This is how their invoice looks for Squishmallows. If you want to get Squishmallows, I've done a few videos on Squishmallows specifically. I use Toynk. Pretty good, pretty decent company. I've helped about 4 people get their invoices passed from there. As far as I know, it still works. The invoice comes around looking like this. I believe I pulled this from the account information. You're going to go pull and then print it out. A lot of invoices I just pull from your online. Keep in mind, if it doesn't say invoice, you may have problems. It really should say invoice, because if it says packing slip or it's not quite ready to ship, whatever that's called, it's called something. I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me, but really ought to say invoice on there. We've got the date, highlight the date. I'm highlighting this was a Disney Squishmallows. I believe it was a Minnie Mouse back in the day. I'm going to annotate in the ASIN. All I did was added a text field and then put it in blue. I always do that, different colors, so that Amazon knows I'm not trying to Photoshop the item. I'm just trying to like point out here is the ASIN. If you're going to be, let's say I go to Weiner and I'm doing 3 different things. I'm going to get 10 units for health, 10 units for beauty, 10 units for grocery. So I have 30 items on that for each category that I'm doing. I'm going to print out that invoice and highlight it appropriate for each category and add the ASIN that I'm doing so they can see. You don't want to, Amazon won't work for you. They won't work for you. If they have to do any sort of deciphering, they're just going to reject you and move on. All right. You can see here I highlighted the billing address, shipping address, and then I edited and added their address here because Toynk did not have their address on the invoice, and that was fine. I had another example I wanted to show y'all or something. There was like one last thing I wanted to show you guys. This might be it. I don't remember. Pulled everything and then I took a few phone calls. So if you don't know their address, just type in what's Toynk's address. Boom. And we got right here. They're on Burnett Drive, Gilbert's, Illinois. There you go. That's what you annotate in. You got to do some thinking here. Here's another way that I did it. I just circled, highlighted. Well, highlighted is what I sent into Amazon. Circled for you guys. And then blurred out these. Same invoice, just looking a little bit different there. All right, what are some of the other big things with ungating? Let's see here. I was going to show you the different suppliers. I'm going to bring that up. That was on this one. Yeah, pictures. We'll add that in here. Sometimes they will ask for pictures, and I can't stress this enough. They want all 6 sides. You cannot do internet pictures, and I'm talking all 6 sides. This is my jar that my friend Tina, my Tina gave me this. So let's say you get some spices from Frontier Co-op. You're doing grocery items, right? They want to see you holding the item. They want to see the front. They want to see the back. They want to see the side. They want to see the side. They want to see the bottom, and they want to see the top. Some people leave off the top and the bottom. They're like, why? It's just the top and the bottom. Just put the picture in there, guys. Come on. It's Amazon. They have boxes to tick, and if they can't tick their boxes, they will reject you. Very simple. Very simple there. Okay. Then I want to go over suppliers because they're still pretty. Yeah. I think that's. Let's see if this is too outdated. DVDs for Christian supply store. Still works. Absolutely. If you need to get ungated in DVDs, they offer cheap DVDs. I want to say the cheapest one going right now is about $2.79, $3. You buy 10, it's $30 to get ungated in DVDs. Grocery and topicals. The go-tos is Price Master and Frontier Co-op. I like Frontier Co-op personally. I just find them a little easier to deal with. I want to say the 5-spice is kind of my go-to to recommendation for cheapest things to get ungated with. Beauty, Lotus Light, I would do Weiner. I don't know why I didn't put Weiner on there, but I like Weiner over Lotus Light, but Lotus Light has some other beauty items. If there's a particular brand of shampoo or beauty item you're looking for, you can try Lotus Light. They have easy to get into. All of these companies are pretty easy to get into, and some of them don't require you to put like EINs and have huge minimums. Christian Supply Store, there's like no minimum there. Frontier Co-op, there's no real minimum there, so you can get away with really cheap orders. Pokemon, and I'll throw in Legos. Yeah, Legos I got in the bottom here. So Pokemon and Legos, just buy from the site directly. If you can buy directly from the company's website, those invoices and receipts should work. I know Lego does. I know Pokemon does. I'm trying to think of another toy supplier. TOYNK works for Squishmallows. Trying to think what else they have at that site. Anyhow, we'll move on. From toys, I have here that Mattel works. Also Shefford and EE Distribution work. So EE Distribution, big company, their prices are horrible. They're always very expensive and they want you to buy oodles out. But there are keychains and other small things you can get for ungating purposes. I know they're kind of tired of being the ungate person, ungate website. I almost said a bad word. Ungate website for us, but you can get an account pretty easy there. Just say you're a new company starting up. You're going to sell on Amazon. You need to make some purchases. I like the guys over at Shefford a lot better. They're nicer and easier to work with. TOYNK is the other one for toys. And then branded clothing. Finish Line. Eastgate is also another possible for branded clothing. Eastgate and Finish Line are kind of the two go-tos for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Weiner is probably one of my favorite too. I don't know why I didn't put that on there at this time, but maybe it was before I really knew about them. I can't remember. I thought I did, but I can't put all the things on all the time. Starbucks. Let's talk about Starbucks for a second. I know I think that's the only brand I can think of that I haven't touched on. Starbucks, the easiest is Office Depot, really. In fact, we could do 2 seconds live on that guy. Exit. And I'll show you what I mean. Office Depot. All right. See if we're going to get any weirdo pop-ups. Yep. All of my cashback stuff pops up. It's sometimes annoying. All right. We're at here and we're going to do Starbucks. So, boom, Starbucks. Pop-ups. We've got a whole bunch of Starbucks here. I will typically go price low to high and see. We're unable to sort. Why can't you sort? Serious? Okay. There we go. And I would go through here on the cheapest stuff first and then see what's the cheapest that I can get. Because at $7.69 a box, if I have to buy 10 of those, that's going to be $70. And hopefully I like Italian Roast Instabrew. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I really love this sugar-free vanilla, go ahead and buy 10 and then damage it out. And now you've got you've got syrup for the year for yourself. And you've spent $180 to get ungated in Starbucks. So win-win. I think that is all I got, guys. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope you understand the ins and outs of ungating. It is, like, I'm giving you a lot of the hints. I'm telling you where you can shop to get a valid invoice, some brands to go and get, and how to match up the invoices. Now you just have to go through and match up. And I don't do that a whole lot live, because by the time it gets to you in 2 weeks, it's going to be outdated information. But we did a couple here. You know where to find Degree if you need a Degree, and Banana Boat and Starbucks. Pretty easy peasy to find. All right. Take care. Have an amazing day.